Good morning, children. I am Anmol Messi, PGT Physics, Mount Litera Z School, Jhansi. Children, in my previous video, I have discussed with you about wave optics and how light is considered as a wave. Now, today I am going to discuss an important topic of this chapter, which is principle of superposition. So, this topic you have already studied in class 11. Consider this wave or maybe a light which is coming in this direction, and another wave or light which is coming in this direction. Both the waves superpose and we get a resultant wave. So if the amplitude of first wave is y1 and the amplitude of second wave is y2, then the resulting wave would have an amplitude of y1 plus y2, which is your principle of superposition, which you have studied in class 11th as well. Okay, now but this superposition is of two types. Number one is constructive superposition, wherein your amplitude would increase. Like for example, if this wave and this wave, अगर इस वेव का क्रेस्ट इसके ऊपर आ जाए तो y1 प्लस y2 हो जाएगा और जो एम्पलीट्यूड होगा दैट वुड इंक्रीज. Okay, so like for example, if the amplitude of the first wave is y and the second wave is y, then the amplitude would become 2y, and since intensity is directly proportional to amplitude square, so it would become 4 times. That is intensity would get 4 times. Okay, now this is destructive superposition, in which when two waves superpose, the amplitude decreases. Like for example, if इसका crest, इसका ट्रफ जो है अगर इसके ऊपर रखा जाएगा तो इसके crest के ऊपर रखा जाएगा, that is the amplitude would decrease. So for example, if the amplitude of the first wave is y, then for the second wave it would become minus y, and the resultant would be 0, because y1 और y2 की वैल्यू जब रखेंगे तो y minus y, the answer would come 0, and intensity is directly proportional to amplitude square, so intensity would also become 0. So ultimately there are two types of superposition. One is constructive, where amplitude increases, and the second one is destructive, where the amplitude decreases. Okay, now related to this principle, the first phenomena that we are going to study is interference. In interference, we have again taken two waves, but this time we have taken two coherent sources. Like you can clearly see that what I have done is I have taken a source S from which this crest and trough करके इसको मान लीजिए आप कि जैसे ये crest है और ये trough है. So a light wave is coming. Okay, and in front of that source I have placed a partition where I have made two slits, S1 and S2. Okay, from S1 and S2 same wave would get split, so therefore these two sources would be coherent. कोहेरेंट मतलब एक जैसे होंगे. ठीक है, नाउ फॉर एग्जाम्पल, if this source S1 is emitting its own wave and source S2 would emit its own wave, then both these waves would get superposed over here. Okay, and if we clearly see that हमको alternately constructive and destructive superposition यहाँ देखने को मिलेगा. Once I would get crest and crest or trough and trough, and then I would get crest and trough. Okay, that is constructive, and then destructive, again constructive, and then destructive. So if we put a screen in front of this slits, so we would get a pattern over here which would be bright, dark, that is alternate bright and dark fringes. Okay, now let us do the analytical treatment of this experiment. So this is the analytical treatment of this phenomena, where y1 is one wave and y2 is another wave. y1 is equal to a1 sin omega t, y2 is a2 sin omega t plus phi. Now we will apply the principle of superposition, where y is equal to y1 plus y2, then y is equal to, हमने दोनों की वैल्यू रख दी. y1 the value of y1 is a1 sin omega t, and the value of y2 is a2 sin omega t plus phi. If we consider omega t as a and phi as b, then this has become sin a plus sin b. So the formula for sin a plus b is sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. If we are going to apply this formula on this equation, we would get that a1 sin omega t plus इसके ऊपर हमने ये formula लगाया, so it would become a2 sin omega t cos phi, that is sin a cos b plus cos a sin b, that is cos omega t sin phi. Okay, after opening the bracket we would get this equation, and from that we will take from these two I would take out sin omega t as common. Okay, Now after that, let us assume that a1 plus a2 cos phi is r cos theta and a2 sin phi is r sin theta. So we will put the values over here. Our equation would become y is equal to sin omega t r cos theta plus r sin theta cos omega t. So again this would become sin a cos b and cos a sin b. So finally we would get sin a plus b. This is the equation of resultant wave. Okay, as far as the value of r is concerned, we would square these two equations and we'll add them. So after squaring and adding them, we would get this equation, which is again this is a plus b square. So it would be opened as a square plus b square plus 2ab plus this term I have written over here. Okay, and sine square cos square theta is 1, so we would only get r square over here. Okay, finally we can see that we have a2 square common, okay, here and here. So when we will take out a2 square common, we are left with sin square phi plus cos square phi, which is 1. So the final equation that we are left with is this. And if we will put r as subject, so we would get under root a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2 cos phi. This is the value of r. Okay, now if we multiply with k both sides, then we would get the expression for intensity, and this would become kr square plus ka1 square plus ka2 square plus 2a1 a2 k cos phi. So kr square would become I, ka1 square would become I1, ka2 square would become I2, and this would become 2 under root I1 I2 cos phi. Now let us take the conditions for constructive and destructive interference also. So this is the condition for constructive interference. Now when we talk about constructive, then our I should be maximum. So for this equation, if we want our I to be maximum, then cos phi should be equal to 1. Okay, then our equation would become I max and this cos phi would become 1. So this is the expression for, ये कुछ a plus b का whole square जैसा लग रहा है, so it would become root I1 plus I2 whole square. Okay, so accordingly, for if we want our interference to be constructive, our cos phi should be 1, and for cos phi to be 1, our phi should be 0, 2 pi, 4 pi and so on till 2n pi. Okay, now there is one more condition of part difference. So the expression for part difference is wavelength upon 2 pi into phase difference. So for part difference we will use delta x, for wavelength we would use lambda, then 2 pi, and for phase difference we will write phi, and for phi our value was 2n pi. Okay, so after putting this value, we would get delta x is equal to n lambda. Okay, now finally this is our expression, that if we will put 0, 1, 2 and so on in place of n, then we would get a series of delta x which is 0, lambda, 2 lambda, 3 lambda and so on till n lambda. Next we are going to discuss the conditions of destructive interference, which is completely opposite. If we want our interference to be destructive, then cos phi should be equal to -1. Okay, so if we will put -1 over here, then our expression would become I minimum is equal to I1 plus I2 minus 2 under root I1 I2, which is the expression of a minus b whole square. Okay, now according to the expression, our condition should be that for cos phi to be -1, phi should be pi, 3 pi, 5 pi and so on till 2n plus 1 pi. Okay, so phi is equal to 2n plus 1 pi, and this is the expression for part difference. So in the expression of part difference, if we will write the value of phi, this would become 2n plus 1 into pi. Okay, and finally this is the final expression after cancelling out the pi, and this is the value of delta x, that is 2n plus 1 pi by 2. And if we will put the values of n, then the series of delta x would become pi by 2, lambda by 2, 3 lambda by 2, 5 lambda by 2 and so on.